Hi, good morning. It's Scott Beatty here. Pleased to have with us again Patrick Bruns from NoDebt217.com. Patrick, we've been talking a few times now here on the program about how your goal is to help people get out of debt and not be burdened by what comes along with it. In your experience, I know you've been doing this for more than 2 decades. Call them what you want. Somebody who's rich, however you want to define that, or wealthy, or is just able to do the things they want to do in life without financial burdens. What's been the difference? Where do they turn the corner? Is it the smart investment? Is it, the right index funds? Has it been the right stocks? What have you seen?
Good morning, Scott, and that's a great question. What I see, it usually comes down to education. The primary difference I see between, quote unquote, the rich people and the poor people is poor people, both the rich and the poor earn money. They make money. They have a job. They have a source of income from somewhere. But typically I find that, not just the poor people, but the uneducated people, as I like to refer to them, they like to play. They like to play with their money. They like to play games, and they don't really save
hobbies,
for the future.
vacations.
Exactly. Yeah. They spend their money. They enjoy their money. Whereas the educated individual or the quote unquote rich person, they'll make their money, but they pay themselves first. They focus on saving money so that they can play later. It's the old pay versus play mentality. You're going to pay the price sometime in your life. But if you play your entire life and you don't save any money and you burden yourself with debt and you get to a point where you're financially spending all your extra money on interest payments for all the items you financed, you'll never get to that point where you can retire comfortably and enjoy retirement. So I really feel like it comes down to education a lot of times.
That's what debt is, right? It's just saying, I don't have to pay now, but I'm going to pay later, and usually you're going to pay a lot more.
You're going to pay a whole lot more. So it always comes down to pay yourself now or you're going to pay the price the rest of your life. And unfortunately, we see, 8 out of 10 seniors retiring today, Scott, with a mortgage payment, with debt. They're taking debt into retirement.
See, I remember my folks talking about mortgages when they bought their homes with really high interest rates compared to what we had today, double-digit interest rates, but also hearing about mortgages that were paid off. Is it a different mentality now for people?
Totally different mentality. It's kind of like everybody wants to have a McMansion and keep up with the Joneses. Too many people want to live beyond their means. I believe in living a very frugal lifestyle. I don't have, for those of you who know me, I don't have the latest and greatest technology and the newest iPhone, Max, whatever. My wife and I we live well below our means.
Talking with Patrick Bruns from NoDebt217, we can get the unexpected coming in our life, can't we?
You can.
Or what advice do you give to people, I should say, who next time the car breaks down or they need a new refrigerator or would like to be able to take that vacation they want to take?
That's true. And, proper planning is the key. And, I'll ask you a question. I'll put you on the spot here, Scott. Where were you on January 28th, 1986? And do you recall why this date is significant?
Well, I know that's when the Challenger explosion happened. I was a little kid at that point. Yeah,
yep, you're exactly right. And a lot of people remember that date and they remember what happened with the Challenger. And, too many people want to blame the weather for the Challenger having the mishap that it did and the failures that it suffered. But it wasn't the weather at all. I mean, it was cold that day. But when you think about it, NASA, they had the latest and greatest technology, the best materials available, and the best scientists, the best engineers, and everything to put that Challenger into space. Yet it failed, and it turns out it was a seemingly insignificant O-ring that took down the shuttle. When you think about it, it was a 25-cent part that got overlooked, and the reason I share that story with you is because for most people today, most individuals that have done proper planning, it would not hurt to get a second opinion. And that's what we do. We do it completely free of charge. We'll check all your O-rings to ensure you have everything in top working order before you have that financial catastrophe over a little 25-cent part. Whether it's get out of debt, ensure you have enough money for retirement, reduce the volume of interest you're paying to banks and lenders, or maybe just set aside a little bit of extra money for an emergency fund. This is what we do. One little O-ring could affect everything.
Patrick Bruns from NoDebt217.com. That's the place to go to get in touch with you, right?
Definitely. Visit NoDebt217.com, or you can call us directly at 217-378-7116. We're located on Mattis Avenue.
Thanks for your time as always.
Thank you.